Namaste everyone. Thank you organizers for having me. I, Richa Bhagdev, am an educator by passion and edupreneur by purpose. The story began of a little girl having big dreams in a small town. The goal was to create an impact to the society without a clue of how. Biology always interested me, but owing to less maths marks, I had to take up commerce. Of course, initially I did not like it, but now when I connect the dots, it feels that whatever happens is destined and for the greater good. I always remember that right from the childhood till today, every activity creates an enthusiasm in me. Same, I wish to cater in the students. So, the journey goes from being a graduate to a postgraduate, getting married, having a kid, and becoming a teacher by chance. The journey of feeling biologically a mother of one and sentimentally all those whom I teach, I felt that motherhood in them. A child of mine was always felt. Right from a child who was a topper, to an average performer, to a struggler, to a notorious, to a sincere one, I began falling in love with each one of them. The more into the depth of the child's intellect I started getting into, I felt that there is a lot of work to be done in them. Gradually, I started developing such teaching methods that helped them grow themselves, that helped them discover their interests, that helped them increase the curiosity. When I started being actively working in the field of education and when the multiple organizations started spotting, and when I started getting conferred with Nation Builder Award, Women Entrepreneur Award, Chanakya Award, I felt that now the responsibility is beyond going ethical and moral reasons. With that intention, I decided that a part of academics, there is a whole lot of thing that is needed to be imparted. And there came the role of discovering you. Here, through the platform of TED, I would like this to be conveyed to the youth with the 3 messages. Number 1, be you. Discover yourself. Let us not live the lives what others want us to. Instead, let us make a difference by finding what actually interests us. We have a very famous quote, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, and that happens to be a barrier for so many people to go beyond their boundaries. Sometimes I see students who are impressed by some cousin who's engineer. He feels that if I too engineer myself, I'll have a great life, which is the biggest misconception. So the role of finding what interests us, what we are good at, we should make ourselves better at, and that's how it helps us to reach where we actually are meant to be. Number 2 is knowing your whys. In life, whenever we question, why do I like with a particular person? Why do I like a particular place? This moment made me happy. Why? What made me so much happy? What did I like so much about it? When we know our whys, the hows, whens, wheres fall at its place. So I encourage youth hereby through the TED platform to know your whys. Because when we discover what we are good at, when we know our whys, things become easier for us to be adaptable. I always say this to youth, that back then we did not have an access to internet which you have now. It can be used, misused, and abused. But in order to discover yourself, in order to know your whys, in order to find yourself, it's very important that you navigate through a correct platform. And the third, most important, after discovering yourself and knowing your whys, is to work super hard. Today too, when I work 14 hours a day for the greater good of nation, for making that difference, I feel so satisfied and contented, not having a single grievance without what level of achievement did I do or not. I urge this to the youth that it is very important to work super hard. Probably working hard when you have age by your side, when you have internet by your side, it becomes easier for you to achieve success. And with these three to follow very well, I'm sure world will have more of billionaires in the age of their teens, just like we had my fellow speaker, and 20s. You don't need to be a whitehead to be experienced enough to get successful. There are certain basic fundas which if a child knows at an early age will help them to boost up their career. So here is the mission to make difference in the mindset of youth, to ensure that they don't take up the choice of their career where they end up getting stuck after a lot of hard work. Here is 3 cheers to our nation of having a civilized citizen, having a good citizen, and contributing to the greater good of the global economy. Thank you so much, TED and the organizers again for having me, and it was a wonderful experience. Thank you again.